Unsolved mystery of the Great Zimbabwe Ruins, secrets of an ancient African empire. Imagine a city built entirely of stone, hidden in the heart of Africa. What if I told you that no one knows who built it, or why? Today, we're diving into the unsolved enigma of the Great Zimbabwe Ruins, a mystery that still baffles experts to this day. The rise of Great Zimbabwe, unveiling an ancient African kingdom. Great Zimbabwe wasn't just a city, it was the capital of a powerful African kingdom. Established between the 11th and 15th centuries, this stone metropolis was home to over 18,000 people at its peak. The name Zimbabwe itself means House of Stone, a fitting title for a place dominated by massive mortarless stone walls and towers. But how did this incredible civilization rise in the heart of Africa? Theories range from local Bantu-speaking communities to mysterious foreign influences, but the true origin remains cloaked in mystery. What we do know is that Great Zimbabwe was a hub of trade, with artifacts from as far as China and Persia found within its walls. Architectural marvel, the ingenious design of the stone ruins. The architecture of Great Zimbabwe is nothing short of a marvel. Massive granite blocks, stacked without mortar, form walls that soar up to 36 feet high. The Great Enclosure, the largest structure in the city, is an elliptical wall that stretches 820 feet in circumference. How were these massive stones transported and perfectly placed without modern machinery? Some believe the design reflects the community's social hierarchy, with the king and elites living within the imposing walls. Others suggest religious or astronomical significance. What's certain is that these structures demonstrate a sophisticated understanding of construction and engineering, challenging the idea that advanced architecture was exclusive to Europe or Asia. The mystery of the Conical Tower, a symbol of power or worship. At the heart of Great Zimbabwe's Great Enclosure stands the Conical Tower, an enigmatic stone structure rising nearly 30 feet tall. This tower, unlike anything else in Africa, has puzzled historians and archaeologists for years. Was it a granary symbolizing prosperity, a royal monument, or perhaps a religious shrine? Theories abound, but there's no consensus. The tower's purpose and the techniques used to construct it are still hotly debated. Some even speculate it may have had a symbolic role in connecting the ruler with divine powers, but with no written records, the truth remains elusive. Trade and wealth, the global connections of Great Zimbabwe. Great Zimbabwe wasn't just an isolated kingdom, it was a thriving hub of trade. Archaeologists have uncovered a treasure trove of foreign goods, Persian pottery, Chinese porcelain, and Arab coins, all pointing to an extensive trade network that connected the city to distant lands. Gold and ivory were the main exports, flowing out of Africa to the Middle East, India, and beyond. This wealth not only built Great Zimbabwe, but also influenced its social and political structure. Yet, how did this kingdom establish such far-reaching connections? And why did it eventually lose its grip on the lucrative trade routes? The fall of Great Zimbabwe, what really happened? By the 15th century, Great Zimbabwe had mysteriously declined. The once thriving city was abandoned, leaving behind only its monumental stone ruins. What caused this sudden collapse? Scholars have proposed several theories, including environmental degradation, overpopulation, and shifting trade routes. There's also speculation about political unrest or invasions, but no definitive evidence has surfaced. The mystery deepens with each discovery, as researchers continue to search for clues about what really happened to this once great kingdom. The European discovery and misinterpretation. When European explorers first stumbled upon Great Zimbabwe in the 16th century, they couldn't believe that such an advanced structure could have been built by Africans. Early theories falsely attributed the ruins to ancient Phoenicians, Arabs, or even the biblical Queen of Sheba. These racist interpretations have since been debunked, but they highlight how colonial perspectives skewed our understanding of African history. Today, Great Zimbabwe stands as a testament to the ingenuity of the indigenous Shona people, but the myths surrounding its origins still linger in popular imagination. The role of religion and ritual in Great Zimbabwe. Religion likely played a crucial role in the daily life of Great Zimbabwe's inhabitants. The city's layout, with its sacred enclosures and stone carvings, suggests that spiritual practices were integral to the community. Some scholars believe that the hill complex, situated on a rocky outcrop, was a religious center where rituals were performed to honor ancestral spirits or gods. The exact nature of these rituals is unknown, but the presence of ceremonial artifacts indicates that Great Zimbabwe was not just a political capital, but also a spiritual one. Could these religious practices have influenced the city's design and ultimate fate? The Hill Complex, the mysterious acropolis of Great Zimbabwe. Perched atop a steep hill, the Hill Complex is the oldest part of Great Zimbabwe, and perhaps the most mysterious. Often referred to as the Acropolis, this area features a maze of narrow passageways and stone structures, some of which appear to be deliberately hidden. What was the purpose of this elevated complex? Some suggest it was a royal palace, others believe it served as a fortress, while a few think it might have been a sacred site for religious ceremonies. The lack of written records leaves much to speculation, but the Hill Complex adds another layer of intrigue to the enigma of Great Zimbabwe. The Soapstone birds, decoding the ancient symbols. Among the most intriguing artifacts found at Great Zimbabwe are the Soapstone birds, 8 enigmatic carvings that have become symbols of Zimbabwe itself. These birds, with their unique blend of human and avian features, are believed to represent powerful spiritual beings or ancestors. But what do they really signify? Some theories suggest they were totems or emblems of royal authority, while others believe they held religious significance, perhaps linked to the ruling elite's divine right to govern. Despite extensive study, the exact meaning of these soapstone birds remains one of the greatest mysteries of Great Zimbabwe. Debunking the myths, separating fact from fiction. Over the centuries, Great Zimbabwe has been the subject of numerous myths and legends. From tales of hidden treasure to wild speculations about its builders, the ruins have inspired more fiction than fact. Early explorers and colonialists, unable to believe that such a complex structure could have been built by Africans, concocted stories about lost civilizations and mythical kings. Modern archaeology, however, has debunked many of these myths, revealing a rich history rooted in the African continent. Yet, despite all we know, the ruins continue to inspire wonder and speculation, keeping the mystery alive. The legacy of Great Zimbabwe, its impact on modern Africa. Great Zimbabwe's influence extends far beyond its stone walls. The ruins have become a powerful symbol of African pride and identity, representing the continent's rich history and cultural achievements. Zimbabwe, the nation, took its name from the ruins when it gained independence in 1980, and the soapstone birds from the site are featured on the country's flag and currency. However, the legacy of Great Zimbabwe is not just about national pride. It also challenges the long-held stereotypes about African civilizations. The ruins remind us that Africa was home to advanced societies, long before European colonization, and they continue to inspire new generations to explore and celebrate their heritage. Great Zimbabwe remains one of the world's greatest mysteries. While we've uncovered much, many questions linger. Could there be more secrets hidden in the stone ruins? And what other forgotten kingdoms lie buried beneath Africa's soil? Subscribe and join the journey as we explore more hidden histories.